Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm coming to you today with another Armada fleet build, and today I'm going to be tackling something that's hardly ever done, and that is a double MC80. This is the Home 1 MC80, the original MC80 expansion, and I'm going to try to run two of them in one list. Now, I'm going to start off by saying that I think this is probably the least used ship, maybe one of the worst ships right now. But we're going to see in the future if it gets a little better. It's got a lot of potential. It's just so darn expensive and hard to use. Really, it's hard to maximize its ability. So one of the things that's great about it, it's got great titles. Like Home One's a great title. Defiance is a really good title. There's a lot of really good things that you can do with it, but it's harder to maximize. So I'm going to try to use Sato as my commander. But here's one of the things that I want to do. All right, so I would definitely want I want my heavier hitter to be Defiance with an assault cruiser, and he'll probably be like my last one to activate, and then I'll have the command cruiser as Home 1. All right, now one of the things that I'm trying to do with this is I'm trying to make Sato work. I need as many ships as I can get. I'll add two of these guys. And I don't necessarily have to go. I could go with the ones that can shoot. Which might be better to try those, but let's try that. Let's try GR75 combat retrofits. This way they can actually shoot and take advantage of Sato. Put Sato on one, and I'll give it Bright Hope. And then basically I want to be able to, basically roll two black dice out of the side and add a third one with a concentrate fire. So I have two reds, and I can change one of those to an accuracy. And so that's kind of the idea here. So I can still get my accuracy with my black dice. That's the hope. That is absolutely the hope. Now, one of the things we could do is I could add in leading shots to give myself the extra, the blue with Sato, so I could do a blue and a black, concentrate fire for a black, and spend the blue if I needed to. So I could do that. That would be pretty interesting. But one of the things I have to add before I do anything else is I have to add engine text. I need these guys to be mobile. Let's shrink it down a little bit. Need engine techs on there. Now I'm already at 330 points. Now I also need squadrons. I need a fairly decent amount of squadrons. Now I think the go-to squadron to have here is Tycho. If you could only have one squadron with a Sato build, it would be Tycho. And then if I had to add some more, Sharabe is very good. She's pretty survivable, and people kind of don't want to attack her. So A-Wings and Z95s are kind of my go-to here. They're tough, or rather the A-Wings, the named A-Wings are tough. They're not as tough, but they're harder to kill because of counter, or in this case, you can just fit so many that it's tough to deal with the swarms. So let's do like 4 Z95s and a Tycho, and I'm also going to add a VCX, just so I have a little bit of fun in there. And let's throw out Adar Talon as well. So now this gives me a lot of firepower, or not, a lot of squadron versatility, at least, as far as I've only got 6 squadron, which is fine. Six will be able to work. This guy's going to be hard to kill, and then Tycho's going to be hard to kill. The Z95s won't be that hard to kill, but if I need to do objective stuff with the VCX, I can activate Adar Talon on him to start moving objective tokens, and he can move 2 a turn. Or I can Adar Talon Tycho if I need him to be able to go in twice. And move twice. So it gives me some flexibility there, and I like that. I can probably drop engine techs off of the Home 1 since they're more of a support ship. And then there's that. Now, a lot of times people would run Akbar with MC80s, so you can get 1, 2, 3. If you're running, I've done 2 MC80 assault cruisers before with Akbar, and then that's 6 red dice, 7 with a concentrate fire out the side, and that's doable. But it only, you need to have Home 1 for that, and Home 1 doesn't affect itself, so half your list gets kind of screwed. So So we can, if we wanted to be able to make this GR75 do something else, I can give him CommsNet, and now all of a sudden he's can able to pass a token to this guy, so he can do engine techs even if he's got a concentrate fire. So that's something I can do there. They've got a little bit of extra points that we can throw around here. We can give this guy something as well. We can also give him CommsNet, or we could toss out a we could do reinforced blast doors, which would be really good here on our heavy hitter, since we know that he's going to be attacked. And that gives us 398. We still have a little bit of points, so we can either just keep that as an initiative bid, or change some other things up. But the big weakness of this is that there's really just one heavy hitter, and if they get in front of them, then I have very, very little firepower. However, they're not going to be able to fit their whole fleet in front of this guy. And with engine techs, I'll keep this GR75 behind him the whole time, giving him nav tokens. He'll be able to concentrate fire and engine techs every turn. I'll be able to add a die of any color to my attack pool. So in theory, I could go 1, 2, 3. I could get 4 black dice at long range and an accuracy. So that's pretty fantastic. I won't get rerolls though, so it's not. This isn't perfect. This is. It might be really a good idea to have leading shots in there. So we might be able to do that. So let's go to objectives. What are we going to be able to maximize here? Now, advanced gunnery is first and foremost the most beneficial red one that's going to help me out the most here. Because the MC-80, one of the big weaknesses is they can't take gunnery teams. So they can't shoot twice out of that huge side arc. So this is a way for them to do that. And typically, your opponent will never, ever choose advanced gunnery when you've got a heavily loaded MC-80. So it's really just a matter of which yellow or blue is going to help you the best. And so, considering these, there are a couple of options. Now, salvage run is a possibility because we do have we're already going to start with the tokens closer to us, and with our strategic squadron, we can aid our talent him, and we can move 2 tokens kind of closer back to us right away. So that's helpful. So I kind of like that one. We don't really need sensor net. I don't know. I don't really. Dangerous territory is not terrible because it allows my big ships to fly over obstacles. So dangerous territory is also useful, but it doesn't really. I don't have that many maneuverable ships. I've got the 2 flotillas, but I don't necessarily want to send them out on their own. Such that to go pick up objectives, such that they can get picked off by a couple of CR90s with turbo laser reroute circuits. So dangerous territory could just be like kind of neutral. It's not too huge of a benefit to my opponent, and this would keep things kind of normal. So I think salvage run might be more helpful. Let's put salvage run out there because that'll probably be 80 points for me, especially with basically being able to double activate the VCX. It'll probably be 80 points for me. And then here we go. So if we go with one of these, I think contested outposts. I don't know about contested outposts. Command values, I could probably do that, but against a couple of victory star destroyers or something, I might not be able to beat that. Fire lanes would be a good one here. I like fire lanes a lot because I can pull the tokens in, and I'm gonna have so many dice on those MC-80s. I think that's a way to score a ton of points. I think I can get 90 points out of that. Or wait, 660. Yeah. So I could potentially get a ton of points off of fire lanes with the VCX continuing to move everything. So I think that's not bad. Might probably get more than that. I can get a lot of points that way. Yeah. All right, so that's what we're looking at. This is kind of an objective-based list. We have not too much advantage off of being first player here. I think it's more beneficial to be second player. But if you're first player, you can maybe do some squadron damage. Z95s can be pretty hurtful. They definitely can. So let me know what you think. What would you do differently? I still don't think this is a particularly effective list. There's probably other ways to do it. I think this is just one way of trying to make make Sato work. So that even if you have the front shot, you're still rolling 2 black dice at long range. The real advantage here, though, is that typically Sato lists suffer from ships that have an evade that just cancel that that hit crit on the black die at long range. And this way, I can ensure I have the accuracy from home 1. So that's what's going to help, I think, on this list. But this would be more of a fun list. I don't think this is going to win many tournaments, but I think it would be a fun list to fly, mostly because it would kind of surprise your opponents. I don't think they'd be expecting this. And also another thing is your ships would not be very easy to kill because of the fact that the MC-80s are very tough to kill. They'll probably go for this one. If they go for the home 1 first, you wouldn't even lose all that much if they ended up going for the home 1. But you can have home 1 do engineering and just kind of keep its shields up. I mean, 4-4-4, you just transfer the shields from the back to the front, and you can really survive for a long time on an MC-80. They're very survivable, even without putting a defensive retrofit on there. And you even could. I mean, you could drop some Z95s if you want. You don't want to. Maybe that's not the best option. Maybe dropping Z95s isn't the best. Maybe downgrading a GR75 out of a combat retrofit might be worth it if you really wanted to. Put something else like maybe a reinforced blast doors on this guy as well, which is definitely a possibility. This is a great ship for reinforced blast doors, by the way. But the other thing that's kind of funny about this list is this GR75 combat retrofits don't get seen that often, and this is a way that they can be rolling 2 black dice against ships. And that's that's a little bit unexpected. Not too many people are going to be expecting that. So that could be potentially a lot of fun. Another thing we could do is we could just add another VCX and drop 8R Talon altogether, and instead put like Lando on here in case somebody does roll that perfect roll against us to try to take out Sato. But I'm hoping they wouldn't. I'm hoping they wouldn't do that. And but there's a lot of ways to change this up. But anyway, all right. I think I've talked about it and all I can for right now. So this is the MC80 double MC80 list for the day. We're trying Sato with it, and I hope you guys liked it. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment and tell me what you would do differently, or if you think I made a colossal screw up in this list. All right, and as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe and click the little bell for alerts to get new videos as I push them out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.